NHL scouts and NHL teams love forwards with projectable games, meaning it's easy for them to envision that forward's preferred style working well at the NHL level. Michael Brandsegg-Nygård is the epitome of projectable. Brandsegg-Nygård is a Norwegian winger who spent the bulk of this season in the ALLCITY, the second-tier Swedish pro league, and he produced pretty well there for a teenager. But more than anything, it's Brandsegg-Nygård's all-around game that has scouts most excited. Getting into his strengths as a player, the big thing that stands out about Brandsegg-Nygård is his motor and his compete level. He's a fantastic forechecker, he uses his size well, and most importantly, he never ever stops moving. There's scoring upside here too, though. He finished the season strong in the Allsvenskan for his club with 10 points in 12 games in the playoffs as his team was looking to try to make its way up to the SHL. And if we're talking about his offensive game, the best part of it is his shooting ability. He has a legitimately plus shot, and it's not just one aspect of it. He has a heavy slap shot, and he also has a quick release wrist shot. Now, once you get past the 13th, 14th picks in this draft, there are a lot of high motor wingers that project well to be potential middle sixers at the NHL level. But what separates Brandsegg-Nygård from those guys is the quality of his shot and his goal scoring potential. Finally, Brandsegg-Nygård is just one of those players where it's very difficult to see him busting. He already plays an NHL-style game, and he projects at the very least to be a strong two-way defensive forward in addition to having that legitimate scoring upside. Now, onto the weaknesses. He does play an extremely straightforward game, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. In a lot of ways, it's one of his biggest strengths. It makes him a very projectable forward, but it does limit his creativity and his theoretical scoring upside, especially as a playmaker. There's also the fact that he just doesn't seem to have high-end puck skills. It's not like he handles the puck like a hand grenade, to be clear, but he's just not the kind of guy who's going to be constantly setting up dangerous chances or dangling through defenses. That's just not his game. Also, and I hinted at this earlier, he doesn't have a lot of creativity as a passer. It's a very straightforward style of playmaking, and he can be prone to turnovers when he does try to make higher difficulty passes. That, to me, hints that to succeed at the NHL level, he actually might need to simplify his game even more, which could, in turn, further lower his upside. Finally, Brandsegg-Nygård is really only an average skater. Now, his motor makes up for a lot of that issue. He's always moving, he stays in motion, and he's always attacking. But he's not a burner in terms of true skating ability. Now, in the end, I don't think it's quite fair to call Michael Brandsegg-Nygård only a high floor player. His shooting ability, his goal scoring instincts, and his scoring close to his draft year in the Allsvenskan playoffs, it does make it plausible to envision him scoring enough to be a quality top six forward at the NHL level. But it's also clear he doesn't have star-level first-liner potential. It's at least very unlikely he reaches that point. But if you're looking for a near-sure thing middle six winger with more plausible scoring upside than all of the other guys who project as quality middle six wingers in that pick 15 to pick 45 range in the 2024 draft, Michael Brandsegg-Nygård very well might be your guy.
We all silly like the mayor.